Radio check. We read you 5 by 5. Welcome into the Winners Lounge, the Toyota Winners Lounge, presented by your Front Range Toyota dealerships. This is the DNVR Avalanche postgame show, presented by Bet365. The Av make it 5 straight in a row. They defeat the Toronto Maple Leafs 7-4 tonight. We got Big E, we got AJ, we got Rudo coming to you live. Fun game. I really enjoyed that hockey game. The Avs played fantastically if your name isn't Mackenzie Blackwood, and Blackwood played well enough. Sick.
I think the offense played well enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was good. It was
Blackwood,
good. I mean,
Blackwood gets the old Georgiev win tonight.
yes,
Indeed.
That's the Georgie win. Can't escape it.
Avs haven't had enough of those, though. You picked up your goaltender night. I do want to say that. Part of the reason I love this game, Mackenzie Blackwood was not good. Am I worried about Mackenzie Blackwood being good in the future? No, he's a really good goalie. He's been good his entire tenure in Colorado so far. One bad game that you win is best case scenario.
Oh, yeah, I'm not worried about him. I think somebody during the watch along was mad that I was saying, again, he'll be the first one to tell you he didn't have a good game. It's not even the shots that beat him. He was too deep. He didn't play the puck on that icing, thought it was icing. Didn't smother the puck on the one before. Not just the shots that beat him. It was a tough first period for him. It was a tough, but after that, he was fine. He made a couple saves down the stretch there. It's all good, but the guys picked him up. That's what good teams do.
Yep.
That's a great point by Rudo because, he's bailed out a few guys, obviously, since he's been here. This is still a good goaltender. It's not because you have a bad night. And again, it's a tough night. You're not getting shots. If the Avalanche don't take that lead there, they end up giving up about 17, 18 shots at the most. He ended up at 21, whatever. So it's tough, and we all know he's been good at those games, which was new for him because he gets bombarded usually in San Jose. So I'm not worried about him. It was fun to see the Avalanche, a 4-line team. It was fun to see them produce that big power play goal because they weren't good on the power play before that, meaning they were losing the special teams battle. It was good to see them punch back. It was a fun game all around. You can see why they made those trades at the deadline because now they're a very dangerous team.
Yeah, I like Rudo's point about I like that Blackwood didn't necessarily play very well and they still won the game because you look at the relationship between Colorado skaters and goaltenders this year, and it's been a little rocky. Yep. And we've seen the goaltenders pick up some of the skaters, even on this homestand. That Penguin game, the skaters were bad, and Scott Whitworth was the man.
Yep.
And to see the goaltending struggle and Colorado just say, "We got you, dog." I think that was great, and outscoring your problems and doing it against a team that is really, really good in Toronto. I think. When you looked at this homestand, you said the two best teams on it were New Jersey and Toronto, and New Jersey didn't provide very much
in
resistance.
a tough spot. Yeah.
Yeah, and instead you got a really good Maple Leafs team, and Colorado honestly just blew their doors off.
At 5-on-5, they smoked this team. It was not close at 5-on-5 mechanically.
No.
And I'm going to choose to live in the moment for once, all right? So to be a complete hype beast after one game, do the Avs have the best middle six in the NHL?
Unfortunately, I think it's Colorado, Dallas, and then I'll give some love to Tampa Bay. But that Colorado's even in that conversation right now, it tells you that the work that McFarland did at the deadline, You can absolutely have the conversation another time about assets given up at the deadline and what the future looks like and all that. Great, fine. But for right now, when you look at what that team just put on the ice, oh, girl, that
Here it is.
that is. I I am always like, it's hard for me to preach patience to people after a tough loss, where you're like, hey guys, it's one game. It doesn't need to be the end of the world, right? So I have to try and be, just consistent with that it's only one game. It looks good. You have to feel really good about it, but oh, girl, that was good. It was nasty out there. I mean, they smoked Toronto tonight. Were it not for a tough goaltending night from Mackenzie Blackwood, this would have been, I mean, this would have been a dominant win. And instead, they only scored 7 goals.
Only.
Yeah, exactly.
And Stolarz played pretty good.
Yeah,
Insane.
could have easily been more.
Yeah.
Hit a couple posts, or at least one post tonight.
Yeah,
too.
one or two, whatever. An empty net, obviously not his fault. Tough from the bench, but it's fun to watch. You're right. Oh, I like the old girl is back. AJ's old girl is back. I like that. They're a dangerous team. Everybody, I think we've been saying this. This is not. They were physical tonight. They were, they didn't let things affect them. Or down by 2. You know what I mean? And there's a lot to like in this game. I mean, there's a lot to love in this game. You're absolutely right.
And the thing for me that gets me so excited about it is it's not just your goaltender. And I'm not. Look, Nathan MacKinnon scored what went on to be the game-winning goal. He showed up when they needed him to. But with a goalie in net, your middle 6 scored 4 of those 5 goals. It was your middle 6 doing the heavy lifting tonight, which simply has not happened enough for Colorado. There have been maybe a couple of games throughout the year where you felt like your middle 6 really showed up and popped off. Tonight, if I'm being honest, I really don't think Nathan MacKinnon was very good tonight. He ends the night with 2 points because he clutched up and then got an empty netter. But for the first 2 periods of this game, that top line really was not doing a whole lot for you. It was your Nichushkin in the second line, really, and then your third line also pitching in. For them to lead the way in game 1 of these new acquisitions, I mean, how does that not give you all the confidence in the world going forward?
Yeah, I mean, 4 skaters tonight did not register a point. Your fourth line and Sam Girard. And Girard makes a key play on the game-tying goal, on Duran's goal.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, you're talking about this was a complete lineup showing out. This was, there are things that you can nitpick. There were individual breakdowns on some of the goals against, but this is, you're at 4-3. I mean, really, you're at 4-4 in the third period, and your best players had not really contributed very much to that until that point. And then they get a power play in the third period. It's later on in the third period. Hadn't done a lot till that point, and then they delivered, and that's what makes them your best players. They delivered, and that's the difference, right? Like, that's just what makes them who they are. And to even be at 4-4 in the third without their contributions tells you this is a different look for this group. And you really couldn't have asked for too much more from the new guys adjusting, who got traded in the last 48 hours.
Here's what I'll tell you that I really liked tonight. Besides the fact, it wasn't just the first line that we talked about. Right away in the first shift, Val Nichushkin, they score a big goal, the second line. And you know how much I talk about, and I know the Avalanche, they poo on me all the time about because their record's not the greatest, but I think it's important to score the first goal of a game. I really do. I believe in that. And it shows that we mean business. We're into this game. Give Toronto credit. They punch back, whatever. And then don't kid yourself. They play pretty good. Mackenzie Blackwood is not here to pick on guys that were here before, but the guy that was here before would smash a stick and, make a spectacle and basically blaming everybody else but him. Mackenzie Blackwood 100% said to the guys in there, guys, it's on me. I didn't have a good period. You know what I mean? Like, it's all good. I'll be better. And then they played good. They kept going. It's not like their play dipped. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that they came out right away. Val scores that goal. He's pumped. He doesn't always show the most emotions when he scores goals, you know, but he was pumped and he was like, and that was a good thing for Nelson, you know, like obviously to get a plus there, so to speak, meaning being there for a celebration. I don't care about the plus minus, but, you know, being there on the ice for a positive thing. And it was great. I mean, I love the fact that they came right away swinging. They came right away ready to play, and they showed Toronto right away, like, this is going to be a tough night for you defensively. We're going to get our chances, and they sure did.
Yep. It really was impressive how quickly Nelson and Coyle fit in on the offensive side. Just to be 100% keep it real with you, I thought Nelson was a little rough in the defensive zone, but he's also played for the Avs for 24 hours. Yeah. So, like, there's some obvious holes in him knowing the Avs system there. But in the offensive zone, dude was a monster. Not just the point he picks up on the Nichushkin play, but multiple other shifts where he's generating high-quality chances. He's jumping in. He's getting involved. You can see it. And on the flip side, the version of Charlie Coyle you got tonight in the offensive zone is exactly why the Avs did it. Strong, heavy, winning puck battles, helping you hold the possession in the offensive zone. And he gets a great passing play, too, to set up whose goal was that? Drouin's goal. Thank you.
Mixed match of lines there.
Yeah, they were mixed a little bit. But it's... Eric, you talk so much about fit. This is fit.
But he fits like a glove. You know what I mean? Like, it does. And that's why, again, not saying none of you guys were excited yesterday. I'm saying right away, I was so excited because for me now, you really have a real sentiment depth of where they're supposed to be slotted in the right places, where they will be able to thrive. Val Nichushkin brought Nelson. We saw tonight. They're going to thrive. It doesn't matter who they. We all know the Toronto Maple Leafs defensive side of things is not the greatest thing in the world. Let's not kid ourselves, right? Let's be honest, right? They're not the best defensive team, right?
Carlo helps them, but yes.
But yeah, they're missing Tanev, whatever. I'm saying, but it doesn't matter. The Avalanche are going to get their chances. They're going to get their goals. They will play. If they keep playing with speed, size, entries, swag, a little bit of mixture of everything, and well-balanced attack like that, and the best player in the world. I'm talking about up front. Best forward in the National Hockey League, because he is. He's leading the league in scoring again. That's a tough team to defend. That's a tough team to defend.
That's what the additions were about, is making them multiple. They're not a rush-only team. Now you have to worry about them playing a heavier game than cycling. It's not a great statistic. I don't really like to cite it very often, but only one Avs forward did not have a hit tonight. It was Logan O'Connor.
Yeah, usually does.
So, right? Which, that's not something you're looking at going, he's never going to do that. But you look at Eric, you talked yesterday about how the additions are going to energize the guys in the room. Nathan MacKinnon. The guy filled the box score tonight. Just looking at it, he has 3 shots on goal, 2 blocked shots, and a hit. That's a little bit of everything from that guy. He's back to losing faceoffs, but that's okay. I can live with that. Everything else that he was doing, great. Have to love it.
You look down the lineup, too, and you see a balance. And MacKinnon played 25 minutes. He played a ton. Close game, you expect that. Played a ton of power play time, you expect that. Beyond that, Natchez is down at 21.5. LeKinon's only at 20. Your second line, 19 for Nichushkin, 18 for Nelson. Drouin a little bit less, just shy of 16. And then your third line is pushing 12. The numbers make a lot of sense for a game that was close. So often this year we've seen in close games, Bednar shortens the bench. The top guys play a ridiculous amount of ice time. No, you had a good balanced top 9 forwards tonight in a game where you were battling for it all night long.
Yeah, the lineup looked really balanced. The bench, the way that they ran their bench tonight, I think we saw a lot of Bednar. he didn't coach to the situation quite as much as he would normally because he's got a lot of moving parts that he didn't previously have. But I do think that in a game that they're going to be leading late, you're going to see more of the fourth line. But the difference is that there's no longer a guy that you're like, ooh, we really don't want to play this line when we're leading.
I do want to get more.
He was comfortable playing all three of the good lines while trailing.
Yeah, right. And while trying to come back is important. I do want to get more into that conversation. We do have to pay some bills before we go there. The Avs had a couple of guys drop into their lineup. AJ, if you're getting out of here, take it easy. I know you got writing to do, so we appreciate you. He can drop out, and you can drop in to Volo. Go do some pickup sports here in Colorado. Of course, they're all across the country, too. You can get in with the Volo Pass. Their spring sports stuff is coming up. They have a ridiculous amount of sports. Volleyball, pickleball, basketball, flag football, about 8 other things. You play them all, buddy.
Volleyball.
You're a volleyball guy? Not a pickleball guy?
Quick like a cat.
Okay. The cats might be quicker than you, I think, these days.
I'm a free agent. I'm going in free agent.
Whatever it is, make sure you're getting with Volo. Use code DNVR3. You can get $10 off when you sign up for the Volo Pass or however you want to play your Volo sports. Highly recommend you check it out. If you're just looking to meet new people in a city, it's a great way to do it. You can be more active, have fun. Eric's walking like 20,000 steps a day now, so maybe he needs some of that volleyball to burn off some calories. Again, my bad. Apparently the code's DNVR10. I don't know. We have DNVR3 on screen. I don't know which code's correct.
It's DNVR10. They haven't given us a new lower third.
There you go. DNVR10 for the $10 off. Join any Volo league here in Denver, Lodo, Rhino, Highland, City Park, Cherry Creek, South Broadway, and more. Once you got into your local sports league, make sure you're also getting yourself a good snack after you work out, after you burn those calories. Raising Cane's, baby. Best sauce ever?
What's sick?
Like, arguably?
I would bathe in it.
I have bathed in it.
I did not want to know that.
No, I mean, I'm following up Kale. He said he would bathe. I said I did.
I highly recommend eating it, not bathing in it, but it is that good. So make sure you're getting out to Raising Cane's. You can get your craveable box combo. Make your dreams come true at Raising Cane's, where every chicken finger is hand battered and cooked to order just for you. You can get the sauce. You can get the Texas toast. If you're a fan of coleslaw, they've got great coleslaw too. Not really my thing, so I just get more sauce because that's the best part. Get your box combo today and make your craveable dreams a reality. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Second period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast, continuing down this game. Look, are 3 stars ready? Are we good to go? Let's do that first, and then we'll get into the other stuff. I had fun with the 3 stars tonight. Star number 3, I think a guy that went a little under the radar tonight, Sam Malinsky, on your defense, not only picks up 2 points. I know plus minus isn't all that important, but on a night you give up 4 goals, he's a +3.
Sam, he makes a good first pass, moves his feet, plays on a third pair, is where he should be. That's what he is. He's going to help out the Avalanche down the stretch here. He's going to be one of those guys that's going to be in and out. We all know that. EJ's going to get in there. I think the big fella might get in there a couple more games till the end of the year. But, I think it's important that Sam keeps his confidence and plays the way. I love the pick tonight. I love the pick. He made big plays. He's a good player when he moves his feet. And when that first pass connects, sometimes it makes you look a little bit like, is this Kale? Oh, no, it's Sam. Like, what was that? Right? I'm not comparing him to Kale. I'm saying he has the ability to make that good first pass, and that's important. You know what I mean? And I'm not comparing him to Kale. Kale's the best player on the planet.
Hard comparison.
Fair.
Tough out
and
here.
Sam is a good player. That's not what I'm saying. But I love it. Trade deadline's over. He's still an Avalanche. Might have been a guy that had some value for teams. Young, cheap contract, good player. Now, you're here. You're not going anywhere. Make the best of it tonight. What a start for him. I'm talking about post-deadline start.
You're in it now, right?
Yeah.
So good place to put yourself. I cheated on star number 2. I'm not going to lie to you. I just put the entire middle 6 as star number 2. Minus star number 1, which is also middle 6, but he gets his own slot. The rest of the middle 6, Genuinely, I think the best middle six game of the season for Colorado. You've had some previous nights where you had a really great second line night, or you had a really great fourth line night, or a third line night, but the middle six as a whole, you get the Val Nichushkin hat trick, which we'll get to, but Nelson has a point. You have the opposite side of Druin scoring a goal. Your third line pitches in multiple different ways, whether it's Coyle playing that weird shift up in the lineup, but you get a goal from Kiviranta. Colton has 2 assists, actually, one of a few guys who had a multi-point night. Your middle six that's the best that they can play. That is the best that you can play offensively.
And that's why you go all in yesterday. That's why you do that. You saw the results today. Again, there might be a game coming up that they don't. I mean, it's not going to be like that every game. That's not what we're saying. But you saw tonight why they did that. Meaning the management of the Colorado Avalanche. Fun to watch, fun to see. You know they challenged themselves, and I believe it. I just talked about it. When Val scored that goal right away in the game, it's intense, and you could tell they were going to be good. Him and Nelson together, that's a mammoth of 2 human beings on the same line. Mammoths with an S, Colorado Mammoths. So yeah, it's a great choice. I don't think it's a cop-out. It's a true fact tonight. Hey, what won the Avalanche's game tonight?
The middle six.
Middle six.
Nathan MacKinnon technically scored the game-winning goal, but we'll get into
Val got a hat trick, but I'm saying, really, it's the middle six guys that changed your lineup from a couple games ago, so to speak.
Yep, 100%, 100%. And was it just a good night, or is this new middle six look Val Nichushkin unleashed? Because whoo boy, just a 4-point night for the guy.
Oh girl, like AJ says. I don't know how he does it, but it's special. I can't imitate him. But yes. I think this is where I do believe this is where Val fits. I'm not worried about Nate and Marty and Lecky or Drew or who. It doesn't matter. Remember I said it the other day. I said for me, I keep my twosomes, right? You know what I mean? It's Marty and Nate, and it's what's his number now? 11 and 13, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's for me. You want to interchange because of opponents, different things. You feel that they need this, you need that. Those guys, I mean, Lecky's a fixer. I'm not worried about him. And Drew can play with anybody. Yep. So I do believe you have some good. If Coyle and Ross can connect, you know what I mean? And again, we saw the cat Kivy there, come up with a big goal there. That's huge. And the fourth line, Kelly was physical. He was awesome. Why? There's competition now. Because if you don't play that way, you're out.
I do want to circle back around because Nichushkin is our UC Health extraordinary player of the game. The thing with Nichushkin is, look, I have my doubts on how, he makes everyone in the lineup better. That I think that's more coincidence. But Nichushkin has made himself better, too.
Yeah.
When you look at since he's returned to the lineup, I'm not saying any of those games are bad, but you've seen his play steadily increase in the right direction, culminating with obviously a great hat trick tonight and all of that. But that version of Val Nichushkin, look, everybody should be quaking in their boots. He just carried the Avs to a win tonight on a night where you didn't love the top line. If he plays like that and you get a better game out of the top line, how do you stop this team?
And again, you go to UC Health for what? To get fixed, because you have issues, you have health problems. I tell you one thing. You're right. Val is a fixer, but he's fixing himself too, because right now in this lineup, he's taking charge. He has taken charge, and he's saying, hey, I can be the doctor, right? You know what I mean? I can be my own doctor, and I will help you. You know what I mean? Like, I will help you, Brock Nelson. You're a new guy coming in here. I will help you, Jonathan Drouin. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for you. So I love it. I love that he's taking charge. I love that. I would have liked to bet Nichushkin hat. I just missed it by a couple games.
Yeah, you were too early. You were too early
for a few games in a row, and I gave up. Anyway, that's besides the point. We knew it was coming. We felt it. But yes, that is now. Casey Middlestat is a good player. I like Casey Middlestat. I do. But if I'm a coach for the opposition, where Casey Middlestat is today, he doesn't make me shake my boots. He doesn't. But if I'm looking at Nichushkin, MacKinnon, and Lecky, And then I'm like, oh, yeah, fine, whatever. We can play Joe and Frank, against them. And then you're like, oh, okay. Nichushkin, Nelson, Mammoths, and Druin, a magician, or what? Picasso, Shakespeare. Then you're like, well, hold on a second. I got to start defending. I mean, now I got to think, right, as matchups and everything. And then if you're going down to Coyle and those guys, like, it's a well-balanced attack. It's a lot to handle. They're heavy now. Like Charlie plays heavy. They are different. And then the guys on the fourth line will be buzzsaws. You know what I mean? Because they're going to want to stay in the lineup. And if you don't, somebody else is going to come in. You got downtown Big Daddy Jimmy Veazey. You got Miles. That's a scratch. Who else is a scratch up front? Is it just those two? Yeah. Again, it makes a difference. You got to do the job, or you're going to be out.
And there's two more sides of this I want to get into, but very quickly. Make sure you're living like there is a tomorrow. Head over to uchealth.org to live extraordinary today. Let's start with the backside of this. And we talked about this on the watch along, E. When your middle six is functioning properly, that does help everybody. Look at the fourth line tonight. Yeah, they didn't score goals. Okay. Look at Parker Kelly getting involved, banging bodies, throwing people into the boards. When everyone gets slotted correctly, because now Parker Kelly gets to play the wing, now his center is Jack Drury instead of, I don't know, everyone fits in better.
They got involved right away. There was a little, again, I always say it's not about fighting. It's not. I'm not dumb. I'm past that. I got to stop explaining myself about fighting. I'm saying they were involved on a little scrum in front of the net. They're showing the opposition right now, hey, we're here. You don't mess around. All of a sudden, Benoit, French guy, number 2. I don't remember who he rocked there. He rocked a couple bodies. And you know what? Parker Kelly
came right back at him.
You know what? I'm going to freaking nail you. Then he nails another guy in the corner. Guys were physical. Ross was physical. I liked it. It was pushed back in that sense, and everyone was involved in your way. Your own way.
The way you've put it this year, E, is you've wanted the Avs to show a little bit more emotion.
That's it.
That fourth line was mixing it up after whistles. They were doing the emotion side of it.
They didn't take bad penalties. You know what I mean? Like, I think, was it LOC that coincidental?
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep.
You know what I mean? We're alive. It's not we're not pushovers. You know what I mean? We got a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? We got a little bit of everything. You got Josh barking back there if there's something happening. You gotta manufacture your emotions. I don't think tonight it was a hard game to get up for because of the high of the emotional trade deadline last couple of days. And sure, it stinks to lose the team. I'm sure everybody liked Casey. And it's life. It's
wish them nothing but the best.
But they felt that management helped them to go. And then you got to go and do your job. That was key number 1 tonight. Go do your job.
Yep.
But you didn't really have to manufacture emotions. You knew they were going to be amped up. It's Saturday night. It's 5 o'clock. You've won 4 in a row. This is your 5th game. This is your team. There's no excuse of the trade deadline. It's all past. But they played with emotions.
Yep.
They didn't have to manufacture it. They were already hyped up. But there will be nights that you have to manufacture it because you're tired, you're this, you're that. And if the fourth line plays like they did tonight, they're going to give them some absolute energy right there, right in the veins.
I love the Toyota chat comment from Adam there. How many goals did he predict on this homestand? We might already be there. 7 tonight, 7 the last game, that's 14. They had what? 4, so that's 21 plus 2. They're already at 31.
Good team.
Not bad. There's a very real, if they score 5 against Chicago, they average 6 goals a night on this homestand.
That will give you 6-0 stats.
Not bad.
Not
bad on that front.
Yeah, it does.
There are a couple more players I want to talk about, including MacKinnon. Pretty funny. Scores first player in the league to 100 points this year. He's not even a star tonight. Not even a star.
It's a bum.
It's how good the Avs middle six was.
Absolutely.
It must be nice.
But he's clutch, and that's why they're clutch, right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
He gets that one. And we were mad about the special team. They were losing the special teams. He makes them tie it.
Yep, exactly.
You know what I mean? Because it's tough to win. If you lose the goaltending battle and special team battles, it's pretty tough to win usually a hockey game. That goal really made it to go at least a tie. You didn't lose that battle. Big difference in the game.
I want to talk about more of those things both ways, but we do have to pay a few bills first. So Let's hit that really quick, as we are brought to you, of course, by the fantastic folks over at Bet365. Jump in with Bet365. Should have bet Val Nichushkin hat trick tonight. I'm just saying. Just saying you should have bet on that. You can do your bets with Bet365 with code DNVR365. When you put in the code, you put $10 in, bet $5 on anything. Win or lose, you'll get $150 in bonus bets. It's $150 to play with. Put your money where your mouth is. You think the Avs are legit now? You can get them at boosted, plus 900.
Whoa.
Even a little bit of extra money on that. So jump in with Bet365. If you want to bet on other sports too, you can. Bet on the Nuggets. It feels like a Yoke triple-double is free money right now. You can do that.
It was minus 160.
Gee, that's tough. That's tough.
That's how crazy. That's how confidence got. Minus 160.
Go with that. Bet on other sports. Whatever it is, do it. Bet365 and the DNVR 365 code. And get the app with the QR code on screen. And, of course, you must be 21 or older, physically located in Colorado. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER today. And once you've won a little bit of money with Bet365, you probably need a new pair of sunglasses. You can hit up Shady Rays today. Go to shadyrays.com. Use code DNVR. You get 35% off any pair of polarized sunglasses from Shady Rays. Kale's a skier, and he'll tell you how important making sure you have your shades on is. If you don't want shades, they even have ski and snowboard goggles. So they got you covered. Don't go snowblind up there. Be a good skier. Yeah, they have great products, hundreds of choices, different styles, different colors of polarizations. You want to get some Avs burgundy or blue in there, you can do that. Whatever you're fancy, Shady Rays has you covered. Even if you're Eric and you're blind, they've got corrective glasses as well. So they got you covered. The coolest part, when you buy a pair for the first 30 days, if you don't like them, you lose them or you break them, Shady Rays will return them and replace them entirely for free. Get in, shadyrays.com. Over 300,000 people have given them 5 stars. Go get your new sunglasses today with the DNVR code for 35% off. Third period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast. Keep it rolling, and I want to come back to MacKinnon. Nathan MacKinnon is Nathan MacKinnon because of nights like tonight. When you're having a good, anybody can have a 4-point night when they're having a good night. You had a 5-point night in your career.
Who's asking?
Not trying to dunk on you, but Kivi Ronta has a hat trick in this league, right? Like,
Come on, the cat.
I'm saying when everything is going right, everything is going right. It's easy to play hockey when everything is going right.
Absolutely.
When you had the game that Nathan MacKinnon had in the first 2 periods, you're not feeling it.
No.
Things feel wrong. And then you show up when the Avs need you to. That's what makes you the best player on the planet.
You call those heavy minutes, right? You know, because every time you're on the ice, you expect he goes a game without a point, we're panicking, right? Oh, God, he's not going to go 2, you know? And they're 20, 25 minutes and crucial situations and must score and must win games. And they're, you know, him, Kale, the top, anybody in the league, when you're at the top of your lineup, there's a lot of pressure. But I'll tell you one thing. I say it all the time. I saw it firsthand with Peter and Joe. But this guy right now, he's obviously in the same category. I mean, it's night in and night out. I mean, it's amazing what he's been able to do, especially these last couple seasons. It's remarkable. He just doesn't miss. And I love the fact that on that power play, he's like, you know what, I'm going to shoot it. I won the bat. I got hit behind the net. I got back up. I didn't pout. I went there and give me the puck. You can tell he taps and give it to me.
Yep.
And then he goes and buries it, right? That's a big play. That's a big goal. There's a big difference. He is a difference maker. And you know what? It's fun to watch.
127 likes on the show, 128 now. We got some winner shots here for you. We appreciate you, chat. 100 points for Nathan MacKinnon, too. So there you go. We got the big juicer winner shots for that. Thank you, as always, for watching. And here's some Dr. Dubs. Woo. That's a lot. All right. Continuing down the line here, E, you brought it up. The Avs were so good at 5-on-5 that this game was tied despite them losing the special teams battle badly. Does that not feel a little bit different? And like, obviously, don't go doing that every night. Don't put yourself in a hole because of special teams. But for a lot of this year, it's felt like if the Avs lose a special teams battle, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it, but
But they got away with it this time because they were good enough.
Yeah.
That's kind of the point I'm getting
at. That's every
at.
team,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah, and then when you can get away with it, And McKenzie knows it. You know what I mean? Like, he knows it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. He's not blaming anyone. He's not. He's like, hey, I got to be better. He's been around long enough. Not worried about him. He'll have a great game next game. So, yeah, but you're right. That's a fair point. When you lose those ones, that's tough to win. But tonight, they tied one, lost the other one. They still came out victorious. That's huge.
And I'm just not worried about that. The same thing with the goals they gave up in 5-on-5. Second line was out there for 2 of the goals against the 5-on-5. Yeah, Brock Nelson missed some assignments. You expect that.
Yeah.
The power play goal you give up, yeah. Charlie Coyle was out there and got beat to the back of the net. Why? Because he has no idea what his defensemen are doing behind him.
Yeah.
The defensive side, those errors are just things that I'm not worried about because it's so obvious that there was some system stuff that they don't know.
Yeah.
So you do all that, and then you put yourself in this position where succeeding on your special teams in the end is what wins you the game.
Yeah.
I think the Avs deserve a lot of credit for that side of it too. As much as blah blah, you didn't like the special teams the first part, yeah, fine, whatever. The other thing that has happened to the Avs a lot this year, critical moment power plays. Feels like they've fallen short a lot this year. It's been better the past 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
from early January, there were a lot of power play opportunities that could have changed the shape of a game that the Avs failed on. Guess what? They converted on the one that mattered the most.
And that's why he's at the top of the league. That's why the Avs are a very dangerous team. And that's why he's one of the highest paid players in the league. You
For
now. you gotta want the puck in those situations, you know? Right? It's like shootouts, you know, like you look down the bench. There's always a few guys that are looking at the coach like, put me in, you know what I mean? And there's always other guys that are just hiding, you know, they don't want to be there. This guy wants to be there, you know what I mean? He wants the puck on his stick when it matters.
Yeah.
They Crosby, MacKinnon, McDavid, they want the puck when on their stick when the game's on the line. That's what makes them special.
Avs secret weapon? Don't worry about that.
Oh, sorry.
Avs officially 1-0 in the EJ return era.
It's amazing what this guy does tonight. The unsung hero of the game. EJ was there in the locker room, gave the speech to the fellas, retaped a few sticks between periods.
I saw him out there scraping some ice.
He did. He mixed the Gatorade. No, it's not Gatorade anymore. It's whatever it's called. There's a
Body armor.
Body armor. He mixed the body armor in the jug. He was out there drying towels in the laundry room. The guy's the man. So happy to be here. I'm so happy. That's all sarcasm, but so happy that he's back, and he's going to help this team tremendously in all those areas when he's on the ice, when he needs to be on the ice. And if he's not, you know what? It's like having a coach in the locker room 24/7, meaning make sure the message is clear, make sure everybody's on the right path, make sure there's no egos, and make sure if anybody needs help, he's there, and he's going to be a fantastic. It's a low cost, sneaky little addition yesterday, but it's a big one for the Avalanche.
I think it's worth noting, especially with the season the Avs have had. Not that they haven't played well, not that they aren't a good team, but there's been a lot of turns of this season where the vibes are bad.
Yep.
And EJ is just a straight up good vibes addition. It's okay to have good vibes. You can bring in good vibes, makes everybody feel better. Obviously, you still have to play well, but look, when you're feeling good, you play good, right?
100%. And, you know, he's named his horses what? Landeskog, MacKinnon. They can go to Natchez now and go, hey, buddy, you perform. I'm going to name a
Marty
horse
Party
after you.
is a great
Marty
name for a horse.
Party is
Let's
my next
go.
horse. You know what I mean? There's a lot EJ can add. It's so fun to have him back in town. Again, you know, it's been fun for a lot of years for EJ to be part of this franchise. And this is like a dream come true for him to be back. It's awesome to have him back.
I did love, off topic, but I love it was so easy for him in his interview. He just immediately was right back to saying we. He was always an Av the whole time.
He's like, give me the microphone. I like it. You know, I'll answer whatever. More, I'm here. It's great.
Awesome guy. I have always loved DJ.
Great.
And yeah, for the price they gave up, all day. Don't even think about it. Look, I'm trying to like dig in and find a real negative in this game, and I don't think that I can. Like, yeah, Blackwood didn't play very well, but so what? You won. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, your penalty kill got scored on quick, and you had some defensive breakdowns. So what? You have new guys, and defensive breakdowns happen. Every single play, you were able to punch back. Even when you fell down 4-2 in the second period, you're able to get that one goal back. Your third line comes through for you, keeps you in the game. I don't think the Avs have played a ton of truly complete games as a team this year.
Yeah.
This one felt pretty darn complete.
Yeah, and I'm going to do a little exercise there. Take 2 seconds. Flip the script.
Toronto's down bad right now. Yeah.
If you're Toronto, you
got cooked.
You're missing Tanev. It's a key piece. I get it. But you went and got Carlo.
Tanev doesn't get you more than 21 shots, buddy.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, you went and got a centerman depth, right, in Lawton. You went and got a big right shot D, Denver native.
And you gave up 7 tonight, by the way.
Like, yeah. And you're playing a worthy opponent.
Yep.
And that's what you have. Then if I'm Toronto, then I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Maybe we should just regroup here. You know what I mean? Is this what we have? And they got a good performance by Marner, right? You know what I mean?
Marner was great. No,
Matthews is 3 assists.
Dude was nails. Their top guys were nails tonight.
So I'm saying I would be worried. Where on the flip side of things for the Avalanche, I'm actually really encouraged if I'm the Avalanche. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. So it's like tale of two, whatever. Tails, whatever you want to call that.
Here's the difference. Mackenzie Blackwood did not have a good night. I trust Mackenzie Blackwood.
Of course.
It was a bad night. The dude has played 3 months of great hockey. Even his shaky nights are not horrible. And that's true of tonight, too. Yes. Did he leave in 4 goals? Yes. When the Avs got back in it and got into that third period, he didn't give up another one, man. He held it down. Meanwhile, Toronto has Anthony Stolarz in net, and you had a 2-goal lead. You had a 2-goal lead in this game, and how much of this is Anthony Stolarz' fault? Not a lot.
No.
If I'm being honest. But still, he ended up giving up more than the other guy in a game where the other guy wasn't very good.
Oh, yeah, and I'm not saying he was a superstar, Stolarz. I mean, but he was busier than McKenzie.
Way busier.
It was easier for him to be more involved in the game, make saves. But, yeah, I mean, you give up 6. The empty netter is an empty netter, but it's not a good night.
Let me put it to you this way. Game 1 of the playoffs, would you rather have Mackenzie Blackwood, Joseph Woll, or Anthony Stolarz?
Mackenzie Blackwood.
10 times out of 10, it's Mackenzie Blackwood.
100%. I'm not worried about the Avs goaltending. I love the Avs goaltending. I didn't say that before, and I know I was notorious for it. I love the Avs goaltending.
Same. It's great. And I will give some credit. Ian and I are sitting here on the couch at the watch long. He gives up that 4th goal. We said pull him.
Oh, yeah.
We said yank him.
He wasn't feeling it.
He did. I will die on the hill that he did not look good tonight. But Bednar leaves him in.
Yeah.
The Avs in front of him play great, and he does not give up that next goal. Mission accomplished.
All good?
Yep. You're good with it.
I got no problem with that.
Going through the rest of the Avs lineup, I do want to dig into the defense a little bit. We talked about Sam Malinsky. A little bit all over the place, I would say, the defense tonight. But you did get the job done. And look, is it perfect? No. You don't love that turnover from Manson. He throws a grenade to Jonathan Drouin on the second goal for Toronto. It's bad. Yeah. But again, you have Manson getting involved in the offense, and you have the Avs defense is very unique when it comes to every single player in that lineup, defenseman or not. They're asking you to get involved offensively. They're asking you to do more than just play in your own zone. And yeah, guess what? I keep saying Ryan Lindgren. I can't do it. The goalie comes to my head first. I can't do it. Ryan Lindgren has a point tonight.
Nice play.
Yeah, great play. It's a great tip by Val. Awesome. Still, you cannot be a purely defensive defenseman in Colorado. You have to be able to get involved offensively, and the Avs defense did. Mistakes are going to happen on the defensive side. Okay, go make up for it in the offensive zone. Go do your job to help the Avs win. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you score 6 goals or block 6 shots. However you make it work, if you win at the end of the day, job done.
Did Kale get a point tonight?
I don't know.
I don't think so. very inconsistent. 6 points one night, 0
McCarr
the
did
next.
get one secondary assist.
Oh, God, I'm kidding. So he's got 7 points the last 2 games. That's not bad.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's all right.
okay. It's fine. He's the best player on the planet. Not a big deal. Yeah. I mean, the Avalanche, if you can get plays like Josh, we all know Josh can sneaky can make plays offensively. If Ryan, not Charlie, Lindgren can make.
If you get to call
plays,
people's dads, I get to call people the other last name. All
true,
right?
you can go brothers. That's fine. If Charlie Coyle, if Ryan Lindgren can, make plays like that, it's a shot on purpose right there. Val's right there, best net front guy in the league. He's going to tip it. It's a great, perfect shot on purpose, looking for his stick. And that's the beauty of playing in Colorado. That's what he's going to learn, and he's going to get his fair share of points that way, even though he's not counting on for that.
We are going to take a 1 second pause to pay some bills for our audio-only listeners, and then we'll finish the show. All right. We are moving into the final period of the DNVR Avalanche podcast here. I really want to overhype this team right now. I really want to look at this game and say,
You should.
What a good job. And look, to be clear, this is me. This is Rudo, the guy who yesterday was saying, wow, the Avs paid a really high price for all of the pieces that they went out and got. They paid a lot. And guess what? 1 game into it, it looks worth the price, man. 1 game in, it looks like they're worth every single penny the Avs gave up.
I knew they were going to come out flying, because as a team, it just jolts you. It's a jolt of energy what the front office did to the coaches, to the players. All you ask for is a chance to win. That's all you can ask for. And that's what the management did these last few months, giving the Avalanche a chance to win.
Yep.
And the only thing you can do is reward management by playing up to your potential. That you're going to win. Again, nobody can predict that. But you got to play up to your potential, let the cards fall where they go. And if you got beat, you got beat. You know what I mean? But they did that tonight.
Love that comment in the Toyota chat from Joseph. As healthy as the Avs have been all year.
On
today,
top of that,
it's not guaranteed, but healthy at the right time, knock on some wood. Absolutely.
and it can derail a season. We all know that. Some teams they get derailed.
Look at the 22-23 Avs. That was a team that just could never get healthy. Ever. Even in the playoffs, they couldn't stay healthy. It's something that's out of your control, but honestly, for the first time in 3 years, it feels like the Avs might be getting healthy. They're one of the most injured teams. Over the last decade, the Avs are top 3 in the NHL for most man games lost.
Yeah.
They've been unbelievably injured. It's nice. It's nice to have a couple of games where you feel like they're reasonably healthy. Obviously, the Gabe thing is what it is. If it happens in the playoffs, awesome. If it doesn't, okay. But it feels nice that we're not sitting here like, well, yeah, the Avs are missing 5 guys tonight. And we've been doing that for so long. I'm so glad that we don't have to do it.
And it gets old, and it's just been for too long. It's been years with an S. Like it's annoying. It's too long. Good things happen to good people, right? I do believe the Avalanche are good people. So we knocked on wood. I'm moving on. Let's just keep going. Let's keep crossing our fingers for some good luck there.
Yeah, I see chat talking about it. Brock Nelson's going to be hard to sign. Let's just be honest about it. It's going to be tough to fit him.
That's a good player. That's a good player. Oh, God, he's a good fit. Right behind MacKinnon. It's a dream. It's a dream. He doesn't get the big assignments.
I get it, but you're also talking about paying a 2C north of $7 million.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You're talking about a 34-year-old that you want to give 4 years to?
I know. Let people worry about that in the 4th year. That doesn't matter.
Look, I don't know about the 4th year, but I will say I'm worried about that in June. Right
exactly.
now, who cares? Go win a cup.
Go win.
Yeah, exactly.
Go win. We'll figure it out. That's what C-Mac said yesterday.
That is the summer's problem.
Go win. We'll figure it out.
Right now, you're playing hockey. You're doing that side of it. You're looking to go do something. Rest of this lineup tonight, and I do want to say it's nice to have a little pick-me-up. I know Nathan MacKinnon was great. Martin Necas and Arturi Lehkonen, not their best night. And I get to sit here and say 2/3 of your top line didn't do a whole lot, and you won. And if there's one thing that's been true about the Colorado Avalanche, their top line doesn't stay quiet for long.
No.
So guess what? You won, and now you can lean on those guys, hopefully, against Chicago. You can say, hey, we need you guys to step up. We need more from you. You got it from your middle six last night. Now you go carry the middle six in the next one. When you have that symmetry, that's not the right word. Synergy, that's not the right word either. When you can look at different parts of your lineup and say, okay, these guys stepped up last night, sure.
Variety.
Different guys need to step up tonight. When you have that shifting and moving, because you're not going to have many nights where everybody is going. It's just not the reality. When you can rely on different parts, boy, do you become a hard team to beat.
Yeah, and goaltending's part of that. Defensive side of things, part of that. Your fourth line for energy is part of that. Your third line sometimes has to go and score a goal. They did tonight somehow, it was a mixed match, but it's very important that you can't have all the parts not performing. Usually when that's called the stinker. You know what I mean? You have a stinker. When all the parts are not performing,
I asked you in the pregame. You gave me an Avalanche answer. You didn't really answer Toronto.
Yeah.
Where do you rank Toronto in the league this year?
Well, tonight, I got worried a little bit.
This is my point. Do you think that was a top 10 team that played tonight?
I got worried tonight, honestly. We haven't followed them a lot the last few games or so, you know what I mean? But that's how you respond after trade deadline. I understand, they scored 4 goals. They're talking about, but again, we all know McKenzie didn't have his best game. They didn't really pour on the pressure where the Avalanche were overwhelmed. And then next thing you know, they gave up 7.
This is, on Toronto's side, the difference between this and outside of maybe that Blues game earlier this month.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
There's a lot of nights with the Avalanche where you know what? They played pretty well, but they didn't win the game.
Yeah.
And there are problems and reasons for that.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at Toronto tonight, you're going, we didn't play well at all. We were lucky to score 4.
You can lie to yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? And say, oh, we were in it. I mean, they were up by 2 on the road against and not playing well.
Yeah.
They could have flipped the switch. Hey, listen, they were up against San Jose by 2 at home. They lost in a shootout. I'm just saying that's all within the past week,
Mm-hmm.
So defense wins championships. Let's not kid ourselves. I know the Avalanche were a little loose tonight, and then the puck went in because McKenzie didn't save it, but Toronto gave up a lot more, and they were a lot more loose than the Avalanche were. And if you're trying to win a playoff series, you can't play like they did tonight.
And Timmy in the Toyota chat making my point for me. Toronto's a top 10 team. They're currently ranked 6th overall. And on a night where a reasonably important game for them too, I'm sorry, but the Avs cooked them. They crushed that team.
Yeah.
All this, I don't want to hear anything about, the Avs can't beat good teams. They just beat a top 10 team in the league with bad goaltending, and they dropped 7 on their head.
Yeah.
This team is for real.
100%. They're coming out of the
Love
West.
it.
I told you that. I'm not
love
I'm sticking by it.
You guys have been very generous tonight. We have a bunch of super chats to get to, so let's hit those, and then we'll wind down the show. Zach Johnson with $13 who says, this is starting to feel terrifyingly reminiscent of the 2022 squad. You think you have them right where you want them, and you end up losing by 2-3 goals. Keep rolling, choo-choo, and go Avs. I don't think they're quite as deep as 2022,
But they're pretty well balanced.
I'm not trying to... I'm just saying this as cosmically... In a universe where Gabe Landeskog comes back, they might be as deep as 2022. They might be. $5 from RC, who says, if we know anything about the roster after the trade deadline, it's that we got older. Coyle, EJ, and Brock, 107. Average age of the roster is now 48.
I love it.
If you haven't seen the picture of Brock Nelson with gray hair, and there's one of the funniest... I don't know if it's AI or Photoshops, but there's the actual picture of Brock Nelson, and then someone put it through like the AI aging filter.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing.
It's so funny. It's
hilarious.
one of the best uses of that I've ever seen.
It's funny.
$5 from Keaton, who says, E called it. Said we'd score 26 goals the homestand at 28 so far. Is it 28? I thought it was more than that. I probably did bad math. It's fine. 14 of 18 guys with points tonight. Going to see them live at Minnesota Tuesday. Nice. Hope you
That'll be a
enjoy
fun
it.
one.
That's a big game. For the standings, that's a big game for the Avs. So
Segababa for the Avs, but they play well in Segababa, so they'll be all right. It'll be fun.
$5 from Pin King, who says, was at UC Health, came down with pneumonia after a 3-week cough. Sorry to hear that. Hope you're doing okay.
Crap.
UC Health
Stinks.
hopefully helped you out. Pneumonia sucks. I've had it twice in my life.
Oh.
Hate it.
Good luck.
$10 from KRS, who says, Ben on Dallas will not be pushing Brock or Coyle or EJ around come playoff. Awesome. Eric has made this point a million times. And again, for me, yes, those are bigger guys. Yes, they're stronger. Sure. But again, it's what you did for the entire lineup. You put your fourth line in the right position to be those emotional energy guys, and they were tonight. It's as much about that, not necessarily physicality, but the don't get pushed around factor.
And don't worry, Josh will be barking at Ben. I'm not worried about that.
Gonna knock him out cold again? One punch?
Yep.
I mean, if Landy comes back, I'm saying.
I know.
I'm saying. $10 from Sam. The best coverage of the Avs. Thank you all. Excited for the Landeskog docuseries tomorrow with Fresh Tape Media. They are doing things over there. Yeah, I'm super excited for that too.
It's going to be fun.
And does it not feel, and I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt here. I'm not saying anything. Does it not feel like them releasing that? Landy's coming back, right?
Why would Landy release an entire multi-episode documentary about his recovery if he was not going to play again? That makes no sense.
Oh, he's playing. I don't know how long. It could be one shift. It could be 1 week. Could be a game. Could be a year. Could be 2 years. I don't know, but he's playing.
$10 from Banks, who says, been MIA in chat, but daily listener, so glad AJ has been more involved recently. Thoughts on how deep this team looks on paper and based on tonight? Also, 7 goals. Why no Rudo boobs? Team's super deep. I will say this. We talked about this on our billion-hour show on trade deadline day. Team feels really deep because Kivi's in it right now. The cat. Kivi's in it, one of his scoring stretches. If he goes cold, you probably still need to juggle and shake that third line a little bit. But certainly their down the middle depth, ridiculous. Ridiculously good.
It's as deep as they've been in years.
There you go.
Oh,
there
I
you
saw
go.
it.
Got it in.
Saw it.
$2 from Lord King. I'll stop there in your name. Honestly, I just want to hear y'all say my name. Dodged. Get dodged. And then $2 from Rugby. Start to believe, and it's dangerous. Yes. But why are we here? Why else are we here?
There's only one winner.
Dude, choose to be irrational about sports. This is one of the healthy places in your life you can do it.
A lesson I've been taught multiple times this year. Sports are supposed to be fun, man.
It is.
And believing your team might be able to do it is really fun. Yeah, it's going to crush your soul at the end of the year.
It does.
But when you're in it, it's fun.
It crushes 31 fan bases every year. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just does. But when you win it, though, boy, oh boy.
That's what makes winning it so special.
That is.
It's because,
hard.
Even when you're in it and you believe they can do it, they probably won't.
It's hard.
But they could. They could do it.
They can. They're really in a position to do it. You need luck. You need, injuries. You need, all the above. But I tell you one thing. If it was that easy and then nobody would be that euphoric when it happens. You know what I mean? Because they'd be like, oh, we were supposed to win. That's tough, man. It's fun. Makes it awesome.
When you see Mike Bossy lifting the cup for the 4th time in a row, and he's like, yeah, this is cool. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, that doesn't happen in modern hockey. I always say that, Lane. Every season ends with crying.
Yeah.
You just don't know if
Either
it's
way.
going to be the happy cry
right.
or the sad cry.
Everybody ends up in beer leagues. You know what I mean? Everybody ends up in beer leagues. This doesn't matter when. Could be at 18, 20, 30, 35, but everybody ends up in beer leagues.
Very quickly, I have a couple more questions for you, E, but the conversation is going to continue online. Make sure you head over to thednvr.com to watch the rest of the show. If you're watching on television, whether that be Comcast or Samsung Network, we are going to jump off. We appreciate you. But come into overtime with us online on thednvr.com or wherever you watch. E, I'm going to throw something at you. I think we both believe the Avs can definitely catch Minnesota this year.
Yep.
Currently, as we speak, Dallas is down 3-1 to Edmonton in the second period. Is it feasible? Can the Colorado Avalanche catch the Dallas Stars for home ice in round one?
Well, I mean, anything's possible. Do I think it will happen? I mean, man, oh man, I would never put this team down, bet against it. But, I mean, I think what's important in those games is to play the right way, to make sure that every facet of the game is on top of it. You know what I mean? From goaltending, special teams, 5-on-5, D zone, neutral zone, offensive zone, and to get it where it's at a consistent base where you feel good going into the playoffs. I think wherever you land is wherever you land. Do I think absolutely they can? I mean, it starts like obviously with a game against Chicago Monday, but then it's a big playoff game against Minnesota Tuesday.
It is.
And that's how you're built right now. On the road, tough situation, Sega Baba. How do you react to that? If you play a great game and you don't get on, on top of it on the scoreboard, but that's okay. You feel good about yourself. Or if you win the game, don't play a good game, then you're like, you question yourself a little bit. So it's very important to give it all you got to make sure you feel good about the game. And then just worry about the process, right? Don't worry about the outcome. Worry about the process is very important to do. And I think that wherever they end up, they end up. And if it's ahead of Dallas, ahead of Minnesota, then so be it. You know what I mean? And if it's behind, so be it.
I agree. I'm not all that worried about home
No,
ice.
it's a great question. No, it is.
I will say this. If Dallas does go on to lose and Edmonton closes it out tonight, the Avs are 6 points back of Dallas. Dallas has one game in hand.
Yep.
You play Dallas this coming weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. You win that game.
Those are the games you got to win.
If you win that game, it's a conversation. You are talking about it.
4-point swings, it makes a difference. You lose it, sayonara. You know what I mean?
for sure.
So you have to win those games that the guys you're chasing. You have to win those in regulation.
Yep. Gotta make it a 4-point game. Apparently the Oilers just scored again. Sick.
All right.
It's good to feel confident about the Colorado Avalanche, man. There's a lot of the time of this season where I felt like they'll come through it. I think they'll be good. And then there was some times at the end of December and January where I wasn't so sure.
Yeah.
Tonight, I feel pretty sure again. Feels good.
Well, I do believe the Avalanche front office acted like first liners all season long. And I can't repeat it enough. As a player, that's the only thing you can ask for. That is the only thing you can ask for. Now you got to go out there and reward them for doing it. That's it.
That's it. Hopefully the Avs go and do it. We are going to wrap up tonight's show. Off tomorrow. Of course, game Monday. We'll be back with you. So, and Tuesday, I guess. So, busy schedule coming up. We appreciate y'all for hanging out. Thank you for the generosity on the Super Chats, both today and yesterday on the Trade Deadline show. Y'all are awesome. We love this community. We love y'all being a part of this. Shout out to Nick and Michaela coming out, being on the watch along. Again, if you guys love us, if you're in town, if you want to come say hi, hit us up in the DMs. We're happy to have you on the set. Happy to have you on the watch along. We appreciate all y'all so very much. This has been the DNVR Avalanche postgame show presented by Bet365, and we will talk to you on Monday.
We all silly like the mayor.